Hey guys, it's Kesara, and today I'm going to be doing my June week 4 reading vlog. I apologize in advance for the quality of this video because I am editing it on my phone, which I don't actually know how to do, but I don't have another choice because I'm traveling right now. So yeah, I apologize. So this reading vlog is going to be a little bit different because tomorrow I'm going to be flying out to New Orleans. So I don't know if I'm going to get this reading vlog in on time for you guys this Sunday afterwards because I'll be in New Orleans from Saturday to Saturday. But I'm going to try. And last week's reading vlog was cut a little bit short because of this, but I still ended up finishing 3 books during last week's reading vlog. So if you guys want to check that out, I will link it up in the cards for you guys. But it is currently Friday, June 19th, and I'm still currently reading Empire of the Sand by Tasha Suri. I do plan on finishing this tonight before I fly out tomorrow in the morning. I'm further along than this by now. I'm probably closer to like here because I've been listening to the audiobook for a while. And there are parts of this that I really, really love. There are parts of this that really annoy me. So this should be an interesting one for me to talk about when I finish it tonight. But I don't know when I'm going to get that update for you guys. The other books that I'm still currently reading are A Storm of Swords by George R.R. Martin. This is my current reread, which I started back in May when I was in that reading slump, so it's going really slowly, and I'm listening to the audiobook. I'm not listening to the physical book, so I will continue on with this reread this coming week. Probably not very much, because I'm doing this one very, very slowly, and I'm loving every chapter that I read, so I'm enjoying this. This is, by the way, one of my favorite series of all time, if you guys didn't know. So yeah, I'm enjoying this. Don't expect too many updates from this one, though, just because it's slow, and I'm not going to say anything about it unless like I feel really strongly about something. The other book that I'm still currently reading is Tigana by Guy Gavriel Kay. I haven't made that much progress on it last week, and that's because I found out that I was going to be traveling next week about halfway through the week. So I put this one on pause so that I can carry this one with me to New Orleans when I go. Because I don't like walking with like a library in my suitcase, but I also do like carrying at least 1 or 2 books. Because this is a paperback and it's a pretty thick paperback, which means it'll probably take me the whole week to read anyway, I figured I would carry this one rather than the one that I actually was planning to read next week, which is also a very thick book, but it's a hardcover, which like, it's just harder to travel with. So yeah, I'm really excited for this. So far, I'm really, really enjoying it. I'm also switching between the audiobook and the physical book, and the audiobook is really, really good too. So I'm really excited for this one because I just barely broke the surface with this one so far, and the little bit that I have read, I really love. And those are all the books that I'm currently reading, but since I'm going to be finishing Empire of the Sand tonight, I don't plan on taking that with me to New Orleans. Instead, I'm planning to take Half a King by Joe Abercrombie. So this is one of my fantasy book series challenge books, and it is really short. So I almost didn't take this one because of how short it is. It just seems like too much space for the amount of time it'll take me to read this book because I'll probably finish it really quickly. But I did just really want to read this book, and the other book that I was considering taking was The Alloy of Law by Brandon Sanderson, but that one's a hardcover and it's also pretty short, so I decided to take this one instead. I'm really excited to get to this one. I've been meaning to pick this one up all month long and just haven't gotten to it, so I'm really excited to get to it. So I will definitely be getting to this one this week as well. So those are the only physical books that you'll see me talk about this week, unless I like buy books in New Orleans, which I might actually do that because I'm going to be staying in the French Quarter, and there are a lot of like little indie bookshops in that area, which I'm really, really excited about, like way more excited about than I should be, partially because like there are no indie bookstores like near where I live, so I'll get to be visiting indie bookstores for like the first time. So I'm really excited for that. So I probably will buy 1 or 2 books, not a lot of books, because I have to bring them back with me. Maybe I'll mail them to myself. Should I do that? I could do that. Anyways, anything else you see me talk about is probably going to be either an ebook or an audiobook because I downloaded a bunch of them. I'm not even going to name them here because there's just tons and tons of them. If they could fit on my iPad and my phone, I downloaded it. My phone has all the audiobooks. My iPad has all the Kindle books. And I'm really excited for it. All right, so I just finished Empire of the Sand by Tasha Suri. I enjoyed a lot of this, especially the plot. I think the plot was really interesting, and I liked the character relationships. I think that was done really well, and I really enjoyed that aspect of it. Like I said, I still am not too much of a fan of the writing style, especially like the internal monologue thing that goes on in here. But overall, I enjoyed this book and I ended up giving it 4 stars. All right, so I'm in New Orleans. I'm really excited to be here. During my flight and all of that, I was listening to the audiobook for My Dark Vanessa by Kate Elizabeth Russell. This book is so hard to read at times. I can't decide if I hate it or I like it, but I'm leaning more towards hate it. That's terrible. So you know, I actually just finished the audiobook. So I started it like last night and I've been listening to it all day today. And I just finished the audiobook and I'm a little bit at a loss because such a strong beginning and then I didn't feel the closure from it that I wanted. So that was a little disappointing. And I also think like the way the teenage portion was done, because for those of you who don't know, this book is about a girl who has an affair with her teacher when she's young, and she believes that she's in love with him all the way through her adulthood until in her adulthood there's other women that come out and accuse him of abuse and molestation from when they were younger. And it's kind of like her learning to realize that the things that she did were not okay. The problem is I never really felt like they were okay, if you know what I mean. Even back when we were reading the sections of her 15-year-old self, it didn't feel like she was in love with him or even close to it. It felt like rape even back then. Like from her perspective, it felt like rape. So I didn't really understand why she didn't see it as rape. So yeah, this is a really hard book to read. I like the concept and I like the idea of it. I actually don't like the execution of it as well as I wanted to, because everyone seems to just really love this book. And it's definitely not a book that you can go based off of like enjoyment, which is why it's harder for me to rate. But I think I'm gonna go with like a 3.25 stars for this one. Not only is it like disgusting at times, like at one point she says like, I was too drunk for sex, but he tried anyway. And I was just like, oh my gosh. Like, how do you not realize that that is rape? Like, it's so obviously rape. And the first time also was just really, really hard to read. I think the very beginning where like before it gets to the intimate part, that part was interesting to see like how it led up to it. But other than that, I had a really hard time with this book. So I forgot to mention, I also started Saga Volume 2 and it was great. I finished it also. I will say there's some points where I'm just like a little awkward reading this because it kind of feels a little bit like porn at times, which I feel like those scenes wouldn't annoy me as much if it was just text. But with the pictures, it's very shocking sometimes, like, especially like when you're not expecting it coming. But I am really enjoying Saga so far, and I'm excited to continue on with it. I already started Saga Volume 3, so I'm really excited for this. I do think I'm gonna have to slow myself down a little bit, just because I still have to wait like 2 weeks for Volume 5. So yeah, that should be interesting. Hopefully I can get it this week so I can finish it, but I don't know. Sometimes the library takes forever, sometimes it's sent to me right away, so I don't know. But so far, I'm really liking Saga. So it is Tuesday, June 23rd, and there is a really good chance that I'm gonna have to extend my stay here in New Orleans for another week, which I only planned 1 week worth of videos. I didn't plan 2 weeks worth of videos. So I decided to start editing this on my phone. So if this editing is weird, you guys know why. It's because I'm in New Orleans and I'm editing these videos on my phone. So I apologize in advance for the lack of planning there. But I have been making a good bit of progress on a few things. First of all, I finished Saga Volume 3, which I didn't like as much as the first 2 volumes, but I still really enjoyed it, and I ended up giving it 4 stars. I also decided to start Saga Volume 4, which I'm really, really excited for. I'm about halfway through it now, and I'm really enjoying it. Again, not as much as the first 2, but I think I'm enjoying it a little bit more than the third one. I think with the third one, it just felt like it took a step back from the plot. It wasn't as plot driven. It had a little bit more character development of the side characters, and that's why I didn't like it as much. But I'm really enjoying Saga in general, so I'm really happy that I picked up these graphic novels, and I think I might be picking up more graphic novels in the future because these are fantastic. So it's Saturday, June 27th. I don't know why I haven't mentioned this, but I have been making progress on Tigana by Guy Gavriel Kay. I've been reading it pretty steadily all week when I get home from work. I am right about there now, so I'm almost done with it. Just a little bit left, so I'm definitely going to be finishing this next week. I think part of the reason why I haven't been talking about this is because I think I went into it with a little too high expectations, because every time I read this book, I'm just like, I'm waiting for it to become like one of my favorite books of all time, and it hasn't gotten there yet. I am really, really enjoying it though. Like, it is the low fantasy political drama that I've been looking for, and I'm really enjoying it, but I keep expecting it to be my next favorite book of all time, and it's not there yet. Maybe the ending will push it over the top and I'll end up really loving it, but right now I just really like it. It's a fantastic book that I'm really enjoying. Also, I just finished Saga Volume 5 by Kavon and Fiona Staples. I like this one a little bit more than the last two, so I'm gonna give this one 4.25 stars. And the ending, oh my gosh, it just makes me want to continue on so much faster with the next couple of books, so I'm really excited to get to the rest of the series. Since it's the end of the week, it's time for me to summarize what I did this week. So I ended up reading 5 things this week. So the first one was My Dark Vanessa by Kate Elizabeth Russell, which is the only like actual full-length book that I finished this week, and I enjoyed like the first 25% a lot, and then I had difficulty with the rest of the book. But for the most part, I think it is definitely a powerful book, and I understand the idea that the author was trying to portray, which I really like that idea, but it wasn't my favorite, so I ended up giving it 3.25 stars. Then I also finished volumes 2 through 5 of Saga by Kavon and Fiona Staples. Volume 2 I absolutely loved. I gave it 4.5 stars. Volumes 3 and 4 weren't as good in my opinion, but I still really enjoyed it, and I ended up giving them 4 stars. And then Volume 5 I liked a little bit better, and I gave it 4.25 stars. If you've read any of these books, let me know down in the comments, because I would love to discuss with you guys. I post videos on Sundays, Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays, so consider subscribing. I also post bonus videos, so if you want to be notified as soon as I upload, you can click that little bell icon. If you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up to support my channel. All social media links are in the description down below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.